Marvel Comics has just confirmed what happened to Scarlet Witch after the events of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Okay, let me add some context to that statement. So Marvel Comics has released the TVA 2024-2025 comic book run. It's still ongoing, but the end of issue 3 gave us a big reveal that gives us some context to what happened to Scarlet Witch. Now, is this canon to the MCU? Well, I don't know. The internet seems super divided on this topic. Some people have confirmed that it is, but a lot of people disagree and say that it's not. I think we're just gonna have to wait until Avengers Doomsday to find out, really. So I've taken it upon myself to recap issues 1, 2, and 3 for you. The big reveal comes at the end of issue 3, so I just went over 1 and 2 very quickly for you. But let's not waste any more time. Let's jump straight into it. Let's go. The Time Variance Authority is continuing their work looking after the timelines. We are introduced to Ghost Spider, now working alongside the TVA after being brought in by Obi. The TVA have been recruiting heroes who have lost their home timeline, but Ghost Spider's case is different, something only Obi seems aware of. Miss Minutes, Mobius, and B-15 discuss the need for some positive PR after the trickster god sacrificed himself to allow the TVA to continue its work. Ghost Spider sneaks away past the large Loki statue to grab some key lime pie when she bumps into Jimmy Hudson, a new recruit who, she suspects, may be a Wolverine variant. Respecting the privacy of other recruits, she doesn't press further. Ingrid, an intern at the TVA, alerts them to an urgent meeting on the research and advancements level. There, Captain Carter, Obi, and the team discuss a strange phenomenon affecting multiple timelines, an event called the Madness, in which individuals experience hallucinations of their worst fears. What makes this disturbing is that the victims also see glimpses of the TVA hallways and offices, despite having no prior knowledge of the TVA's existence. Obi suspects incursions, but Mobius insists that Loki stabilized the timelines. Is it magic, a powerful entity, or something more coordinated that could be responsible? Before further investigation, the team recruits a brooding Gambit and sets off for Earth 93. Once they arrive, almost immediately the hallucinations begin. Gambit is attacked by Rogue's corpse. Jimmy Hudson dodges enormous Wolverine claws. Ghost Spider finds herself trapped in a hall of mirrors, tormented by different spider people voicing her insecurities. Captain Carter battles against zombified Nazis. Overwhelmed, the team flees through a time door back to the TVA, where Doc Clock, the TVA's resident doctor, insists they rest before continuing the investigation. That night, Ghost Spider jolts awake from a vivid dream, one where she wanders the TVA's endless corridors and catches a glimpse of a figure with a green cape. The next day, the team heads to Helltown on Earth 616 to explore the possibility of demonic involvement in the madness. Damon Hellstrom, the son of Mephisto, hosts them in his vast library, one that is rivaling the Sanctum Sanctorum. Captain Carter, Miss Minutes, Obi, and Mobius continue observing the spread of the madness across timelines and rule out any involvement of past TVA villains such as Dox and Paradox. They brainstorm different ideas and they suspect that it could be a virus or advanced technology or an Omega level mutant. Mobius becomes distracted though. He too spots a figure with a green cape. Back in Helltown, Damon allows the team to search for answers among his collection. Ghost Spider and Gambit sense they're being followed, only to discover Sylvie, who is conducting her own research into the madness. Meanwhile, Jimmy Hudson finds a book titled An Exhaustive Guide to Celestial Bureaucracies, which contains hidden TVA blueprints revealing areas previously unknown. It seems he who remains, the person previously in charge of the TVA, kept more secrets than they realized. Back at the TVA, Mobius follows the green-caped figure through the halls, believing it to be Loki, until he's suddenly stabbed and collapses in a pool of blood. So that's issues 1 and 2, very briefly recap for you, add some context to issue 3. But before we continue, smash the subscribe button and share this video with all of the Scarlet Witch fans that you know. Now, anyway, let's crack on. Doc Clock stabilizes Mobius, who was attacked with an unfamiliar blade made of an unrecognized material. B-15 locks down the entire TVA, but Ghost Spider reminds them of the newly discovered hidden locations found within the blueprints. Jimmy quickly finds that the security camera in the attack area has been tampered with. Sir Seconds, TVA's security lead, is tasked with reviewing footage, but given the TVA's vastness, he sees it as a lost cause. Captain Carter urges him to focus on the footage from the surrounding area, but again, he considers this to be a waste of time due to the one-way nature of these corridors. Before they can make progress, a large squad of TVA agents arrive, imperative to arrest Jimmy Hudson. A sheath with a missing blade is found in his bunk, and analysis confirms it as the weapon that injured Mobius. The evidence is damning, and Jimmy is locked up pending trial. The team discusses his alibi. He was with them in Hell City, but there's still a possibility he could have slipped away by using the TemPads to travel back and forth, unbeknownst to the others. They consider asking Sylvie to read Mobius's mind for answers, but she warns them that manipulating his mind in his unconscious, injured state could be dangerous. All possible escape routes from the crime scene are one way. It would have been impossible for someone to vanish without detection. Ghost Spider, recalling her dreams, insists that they could guide her to the hidden areas of the TVA. Sylvie warns them to not act recklessly and leaves to check on Mobius. At the medbay, Doc Clock confirms that Mobius is now stable enough for a mind probe. B-15 and Sylvie agree Jimmy is being framed, but they need Mobius's memory to prove it. When Sylvie reads his mind, she only catches a glimpse of a green cape, reinforcing the idea that Loki is involved. However, Miss Minutes immediately expresses doubts. It's not Loki. Meanwhile, the TVA has traced the weapon used in the attack. In research and advancements, Ghost Spider shares details of her recurring dreams, which are growing more and more vivid. Sylvie and B-15 return with critical intel. The blade used on Mobius was a reality shard, a fragment of a reality stone. The involvement of this powerful shard can explain the madness occurring across timelines. Ghost Spider remains convinced Loki is leading them to something. B-15 and Sylvie dismiss this, insisting that their Loki is gone. B-15 gives a direct order. No one is to leave the area until the TVA further investigates the reality shard usage across the timelines. But Ghost Spider can't shake the feeling that her dreams are leading her to something crucial. Ignoring orders, she retraces the steps she's only ever seen in her dreams. The halls feel eerily silent, the air thick with tension. She arrives at a massive door, one she somehow recognizes despite having never seen it before. There is a keypad in front of her, and she instinctively enters a security code she has only ever seen in her dreams. The console beeps, and the doors slide open. Beyond her lies a long-forgotten chamber. A faded plaque reveals the name of this hidden place, the Department of Deferment. And at its center, inside a stasis pod, lies someone impossible, the Scarlet Witch. Ghost Spider freezes. Was she imprisoned here? Is this for her protection, or is this because she is feared? And if you like this kind of content, smash the like button, leave a comment, let me know what kind of characters or storylines you'd like me to cover on the channel. And if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. But for the meantime, peace, peace, peace.